Hello, everybody. Last day of April 2026, and with all the falderall going on at church and kind of my mission changing at church now, with me no longer doing the slides, we hope, we think. You might be asking me, well, since church, I live on disability, so I just got my Social Security payment for this month, May, yesterday, but it doesn't apply until May 1st, which is tomorrow, and I can pay my rent tomorrow. And the lady who runs this campground always knocks on the door very nicely and asks for the check, and I always give it to her. And it's a nice experience, and we chat for a little bit. But with the church drama now fading away, you might be wondering, well, how do I live in a camper? Well, the first part I told you is that I won't tell you how much I get uh, for a monthly payment from disability, but it is, let's just say, it's just shy of 4 digits a month. The rent here is exemplary, but there are some disadvantages. One, you have to uh, have an outside means of doing laundry. Uh, and my friend Rob does my laundry, thank God. Otherwise, with my neuropathic feet, the to and fro from just getting to a local laundromat would kill you. Uh, I miss doing my own laundry because, as a 54-year-old man, there are some messes that you make in life that you don't want to show other people. Okay, I'm going to be very blunt with you. Okay, sometimes you go to the bathroom in a certain way that leaves marks. Shall I just put it that way and remind you, even if you are thorough at that, we'll just put it that way. You are getting an area that you cannot see. So if you could feel it, but you can't see it. So if there are if there is a part of that area you did not get, you will know when you are uh, going to the bathroom and you're looking down at your underwear. Can I just put it like that? And the thing is, I don't shower like every day when I don't have anything on the schedule. Now, if I do have something on the schedule, like something like, say, Thursday or Friday or any day of the week, then obviously I'm going to take a shower. But a good strategy that I deploy is, if you do the even number twice, after the second time, you should take a shower. That's usually how I roll. Now, this week I have a church function on Saturday, so obviously I will take a shower either Friday night or Saturday morning. And sometimes the water goes out here, and you don't know when that's going to be. So sometimes I'll just do a preemptive strike and take a shower on Friday night for Saturday morning. So all I have to do to get out the door is 6:45, 7 o'clock in the morning to go to men's breakfast, which is at 7:30, is get up, fix Ella her food, have have a cup of coffee. Don't eat breakfast because I'm eating breakfast at church. So that happens on the first and the third weekends of the month. So it'll happen May 2nd, it'll happen May 16th, and then we don't worry about that until June again. We being me. Which this is an often little verbal tick that I have, that I will say we instead of me. But at any rate, I'll show you. I don't usually use the stove over here that you see. I know you see these dishes askew. I might use the stove maybe once or twice a week. Uh, Most of my food is, like, for instance, I have subs from Walmart that I use, and I'm going to get out and show you. Uh, One of the things that I like to make for myself is chili. I am not going to open this up because it's filled to the top. I only had a little bit of chili last night, but one of the things I like to do is cook chili for myself, and I usually alternate between chili and kind of like ground beef that you put on tortilla chips, and you put some cheese on it, and you put some sour cream on it, and that makes for oh didn't have my shirt all the way down. Whoops! That makes up like a couple of days for me. I get subs from Walmart, like for instance, this Sunday is the communion bag lunch weekend, so I have a second sub that I purchased from Walmart, and you can get that on EBT because it's cold. EBT, of course, just restricted people from buying diet soda on EBT, but and desserts like you can't get ice cream sandwiches, which I sometimes like. Klondike, my favorite. You can't get that with EBT. If you want it, you got to pay for it. And when I do Walmart, I should mention this while I'm thinking about it. Uh, my tip is $10. I don't do the old 10%, 15% jazz because if they come from Leesburg or if they come from Mount Dora, it's 10 miles for the driver, and I just give them $1 per mile trans, and that's my tip. Maybe I should tip more. Uh, but I have to get a couple of things from Walmart usually that EBT does not cover, like cat food for Ella. Or maybe I like the last time I did this, I got toothbrushes because the toothbrush that I've had for a couple of years, and you don't want to keep toothbrushes around that long, so I got six new ones. Uh, so there's that. Plus, if my strategy is usually, although this is going to change because it's not working for me, I will put the Walmart order in. Like I do it on Wednesdays because that's usually the least busiest, according to Google Gemini. It's usually the least busiest. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Me saying that? Uh, Come Wednesday, like around 10, 11 o'clock. That's like the sweet spot here in Central Florida, Lake County, Florida, for deliveries. But I make the mistake of putting it in Tuesday. And when I put it in Tuesday and I tried to make alterations, and I'm like, I forgot to get margarine. Now I have butterscotch butter in the fridge, so I could use that for my eggs. That's another thing I should point out that I do is I make I call it Tupperware omelets, where you take four eggs. I get 12 eggs at a time at Walmart, and you break them. You put them in a circular piece of Tupperware. In the old days, it was called Tupperware, like Rubbermaid type device, I guess you could say. And you just stick it in the microwave 2.5 minutes. It'll come out. You put cheese in there, and I tend to like a little bit of ketchup on my omelets, and I do that every other day. And on the other days, I do cereal, usually Honey Nut Cheerios or Raisin Bran, although you don't want to do Raisin Bran too much because that will produce fibrous. So there's that. But the point I was trying to make is Walmart has these kind of hidden rules when you do your orders. Like if I have to make a revision, like I forgot about to get this, and I forgot to get that. Even if you put it on EBT, there is kind of like a point where they say, well, you can't make any more alterations without paying $10 more, and we put that on your debit card for said item. Like say, um, on Tuesday, I forgot to get margarine, and I wanted to get margarine. Say margarine was like $4, and all of a sudden you're punching it into the Walmart website, and you have a $14 charge, 10 of which going to your credit or debit card. And I was just like, what? And this was the second time it happened. So what I'm going to try to do this week is try to put the order in on Monday for Wednesday and see if they will give me some more leeway time. But sometimes I don't remember, and I shouldn't be be forced to remember everything there is that I need to get. And I think that's kind of like, an unwritten rule that Walmart has, and I wish that they would just stop it. I understand the need for it, uh, but no, quit doing that, Walmart. I love you, but quit doing that. I used to work for Walmart. I worked for Walmart in Charlotte back at the turn of the millennium. This busy Charlotte. It wasn't too far from the church. There was this big church on Pineville Matthews Road where they had the service for Dale Earnhardt after his 2001 wreck at the Daytona 500. And there was this huge, beautiful church. I never got to go into it, but it was where they had the services. And if you just go down east on Pineville Matthews Road in Charlotte to where it intersects with Providence 16, North Carolina State Road 16, there was this very busy Walmart. This was back when Walmart was open 24 hours. It was not a supercenter, but it was pretty darn close to one. And I worked at that for a little over a year with about a month interruption. But anyway, just wanted to pass by these little tips and pointers that I have as to how I live in this camper day in, day out, and everything in my life just seems to happen at the weekends at church. So I hope you enjoyed this elongated episode of the Pauly Perspective. I wasn't planning on going 11 minutes and 38 seconds, but somehow I did. Talk to you next time. Over the weekend, I guess.